Hello and welcome to another fabulous day in the art room. Hello, welcome back. All right, this video is my second grade friends. Hello, my second grade friends. All right, this video today is all about how in a normal year, you guys know, without all this madness going on, in a normal year, we would create out of clay, but we can't this year just because logistics-wise, it's not going to work out. Clay takes a lot of time. You need to have it properly watered before you can work with it, and then let it dry for a long time, put it in the kiln that's here at the school. Just logistics wise, couldn't make it work. But, all right, that doesn't mean we can't make something three-dimensional. We're going to make a three-dimensional object today, and that goes along with sculpting a little bit, making sculpture. All right, we're going to make a three-dimensional kitty cat face today. Ooh, look at this cat. Meow. All right, going to make a 3D kitty cat face out of Model Magic. All right, so Crayola has made this awesome substance, I guess one would call it, of it's really cool. It's basically air dry clay. All right, so you can work with it and hang on, I'm gonna need to open this. Hang tight. This stuff is really sealed in there. Hang on. There we go. Now it's free. All right, made this cool substance. It's called Model Magic, right? And it dries. You leave it out in the air and it just dries that way. But basically, you can make three-dimensional, models out of it, essentially. Hence in the name, Model Magic. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make this three-dimensional cat. So what I want you to do is go ahead and take your little block, your little chunk, and like I said, this was in the materials pickup line. If you're a second grade friend at that school where the tiger is the mascot, all right, go ahead and get your supply out if you missed our lesson from last time. All right, get your dough out. All right. Take half of the dough, right, and put it to the side. You don't need that right now, okay? Half of the dough is over here, all right? This half, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and tear a little chunk off of it, just a little chunk, all right? With what's left, all right, so this little chunk is over here. What's left, I'm going to go ahead and roll it into a ball. Right, roll it. So what's important right now is we're making something three-dimensional. We got to use our hands quite a bit, right? So we're using our hands, working on that coordination a little bit. And roll and roll and roll until I get it into a nice little circle there. Now I'm going to smush it into a pancake, right? Smoosh it into a pancake. You don't want your pancake to be too thin, though. He would not be cool if he was like super duper thin. He's at least a little bit of width there. So flatten it into a little pancake. There you go. Not super flat, so it's flimsy, but flat enough. Into a little pancake. There you go. Oh, look at that. This is my kitty cat's face. Meow. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take that piece that I ripped off. I'm going to go ahead and roll it. All right. Now, flatten this piece into a little pancake. Boop. This is going to be the first eyeball. All right. I'm going to stick this first eyeball onto his face. Boop. Just like that. All right. If you feel like the eyeball that you made is too big, easy peasy. Rip a piece off of it, all right, put that over to the side, and then roll it again, and just smush it down again, all right? You can just take bits off. It's like playing with Play-Doh. You can take bits off and then remake it if you're like, oh, that's too big, right? Or if it's too small, add a little bit more, right? Get it to a size that you want it to be, all right? I'm going to go ahead and make the first eyeball. Then I'm going to take a little bit off of this other chunk over here and make another eyeball. Roll it up. What I always hear students say is the hardest thing for them is try to get two eyeballs that are like around the same size. Just try to get them around the same size. Doesn't matter. He can be a little cartoony. All right, 2 eyeballs. Awesome. All right. Now I've got my 2 eyeballs on my kitty cat. I'm going to take my pencil, all right, and the eraser end over here. I'm going to push the eraser lightly into it. Look like 2 little eyeballs. Look at that. Boop. All right, next. I'm going to go ahead and take another chunk off of this Model Magic. All right. Roll it up. Roll it up. All right. Flatten into a pancake. And now try to squish this one into the shape of a triangle. All right. So you want it to be a triangle, so I'm going to kind of squish it, squish it, squish it until I get a triangle. Okay. Squish it until you get a triangle. All right. So that's just a lot of pinching, right, and pushing until you get it to a triangle. And you guys, of course, know that triangles, you know, for the kitty cat's nose, we're just going to point them down, stick it on his face. Doop. Nice big kitty cat nose. All right. Now, I'm going to pull off another piece and do the exact same thing. I need more triangles because these are going to be his ears, all right? So I'm going to smoosh it, roll it. If you feel like you need more, add to it. If you feel like you need less, take away from it. All right? Smush it, and roll it, smush it, and then shape it into a triangle. That's just me pushing, pinching, right, until I get a triangle. All right? It's going to be ear number 1. I'm going to smush it down, put it onto the head, smoosh it. All right? Ear number 1. Right? Then I'm going to make another one for ear number 2. Roll it, pinch it. That's a triangle. Then smush it down. Ear number 2 for your kitty cat. Yes, looking more cat-like now, right? With the ears on. Awesome. Okay, go ahead. We're gonna make some whiskers now. So take some pinches off. You don't need a lot for the whiskers, honestly. Just take some Model Magic off. Roll it in between your hands. So you got a nice little coil here, right? What we call a coil in pottery and clay. Right, it's a nice little coil, right? Let's stick that next to his nose, right? And I don't want my whiskers hanging off too far, right? So I'm gonna kind of take it off when I'm like, okay, that's a good length right there for a whisker. All right. Now I'm gonna keep rolling. So I've got one whisker on. Let's keep going. Make another one. All right, I want 4 whiskers total. So 2 on one side of the nose, 2 on the other side of the nose, right? Cool. So I'm gonna make those whiskers for my cat. Excellent. All right, you might end up with extra Model Magic. That's awesome. If you ended up with extra Model Magic, you can make something extra. All right, so what I usually recommend, especially to go with this project, if you have extra Model Magic, you can always make a little collar that you can attach to your kitty cat. Look at that. Ah, so you make a little collar. All right, but that's up to you. All right, so go ahead and I'm going to take one piece off for the collar, roll it. All right. And then smush it down. All right, this is going to be the little tag on the collar. And then I'm going to take the rest of it and roll it into a large coil. Right? Large coil. And that can fit around your kitty cat's neck. Right, like that. And then you can add the little bit right here. Awesome! Kitty cat. I hope you enjoyed making this kitty cat. Let it air dry, right? And if you want, while you're like to make it kind of fun, you could watch like a video of like, you know, your favorite TV show that has cats in it, or you could watch, or you could like read a book that has cats in it, right, to pass the time while you wait for it to dry. Once it's nice and dry, and you'll know it's dry because it feels a little bit harder, a little bit stiffer, right? Once it's dry, you can actually paint this or color this. So any kind of regular paint that you want to use, I use like washable tempera paints, like Crayola, if you got any of that, or any kind of washable paints really will do. You can paint on your kitty cat, or you can take some markers to your kitty cat and color on your kitty cat. But I hope you had a fun time making a model with me, all right, with the Model Magic of your kitty cat. And thank you so much for joining us, 2nd grade friends. If you want this to count towards your art credit, remember to take a picture of it and then send it my way. Send it to my email address, or if your adult does Remind, they can send me the picture of it on Remind for it to count towards your art credit, right, if you missed that art class, of course. All right, I will see you next time. Bye, friends!